Hey guys, Cody Adair here. I'm with Jason Merkel, and we have several items from the air category that's going on right now with the Spring Madness sale. So we wanted to bring some of the content to you guys firsthand, and as you can see, we have a lot of really cool aircraft on the table, guys.
Yeah, it is a little bit of madness here today. We actually weren't able to fit all of the aircraft that are on sale in the Spring Madness sale here in the video studio with us, but we brought a lot of the most popular ones here. We tried to bring the biggest, widest variety possible, and so this is something that's new for us this year, the Spring Madness sale. We haven't done this one before. You know, I know a lot of guys are familiar with some of the other sales that we used to do in years past, you know, for example, Foam Frenzy and whatnot, but what we're gonna do this year is a little something different with this Spring Madness sale in particular. It's not just airplanes that are on sale, it's not just E-flite airplanes or foam airplanes like, say, Foam Frenzy would be. It's a little bit of everything. So we've got airplanes on sale, we've got Spectrum Smart Charger, power supply, we've got a couple of Blade helicopters, and then also what you're not seeing represented here are some of the surface vehicles in particular. So we've got a number of large-scale low-sea vehicles on sale, axial, six-wheeler on sale, and then some ECX vehicles as well. So when you guys, if you're interested in seeing all of the items that are in the Spring Madness sale, you can go to HobbyZone.com, you can go to our specials page, you can click on the banner that leads you to Spring Madness. You'll see all the items listed there. Some of those items, like the ECX vehicles in particular, are only available at your favorite local hobby shop, and that'll be marked as in stores only. But the vast majority of these items are available not just in stores, but then also online. And so with this promotion, we've got coupons associated with it. So you can download the coupon sheet there on the Spring Madness sale page, and you can take those coupons to your store, and they'll give you the 10% off discount that applies on all of these products that are included in the promotion. You can also then purchase online at your favorite online retailer using their promo code, or on HobbyZone.com. If you add the item to your cart, you then have to add the promo code as well to get the discount. So I'll make that very clear. You don't see the sale price on the website. On the website, you're gonna see the regular price, the price that these items usually are. When you add it to cart and then you add the coupon code / promo code, you add that in, you will then see the discount reflected. So in this case, all these items are gonna be 10% off. For some of these airplanes that are, you know, relatively expensive in particular, it's a very big savings, you know, upwards of $45 on, say, the F4 here, or $40 on the very popular EC-1500, and then some of our bigger aircraft, the Hangar 9, Fokker in particular. It's a $799 airplane, 10% off, it's $80 off.
$80, yeah.
It's a big savings. So real quick, I'll preface this with we are live on Facebook right now. Cody just took a minute with his computer there to share this over to some of our brand Facebook pages. So if you guys follow the Horizon Hobby Facebook page, that's great. We also then have the E-flite Facebook page. We of course have the Blade Facebook page and the Spectrum Facebook page. So make sure that you like those pages as well, because sometimes, you know, we do different content for different brand products. You know, this is a Horizon Hobby video, so we're showing you a little bit of everything from all of our brands, but from time to time we'll have brand-centric information that we do post on those pages. So be sure to like those pages, keep an eye out on those for live videos, for posts that are related to the products that are specific to that brand, so on and so forth. And so Cody's going to be monitoring some of the comments and questions that come through. Don't be alarmed if he's looking down at that, and then if you're watching this on YouTube later on, please know that we were live when we recorded this, but we won't be live, of course, on YouTube in that moment. But that said, do me a favor and try to hold some of your questions and comments till toward the end. We're going to probably answer a lot of them. We're going to talk about the specific items that are on sale, the specific versions of those items. You know, a lot of these airplanes are available in bind and fly basic and plug and play versions, but only one of those versions is included in the promotion, so on and so forth. So you can, you know, post your comments and questions. He'll try to keep up with them the best that we can. Hopefully we will answer those questions and comments for you throughout the video, and then if not, towards the end we'll take a minute to address those as best that we can. So again, Spring Madness sale, right? Oh, I could do this, right?
Oh, that shows
not
this.
that.
Not
that's
yet. That shows this one.
Okay, I see. I see.
He's the associate producer, you know, so he's working on himself.
Yeah, he's the executive producer when it comes to these things. So, so the Spring Madness sale is exactly that. It's almost spring, thank goodness.
Yes.
You know, today is actually very nice outside here in Champaign, Illinois. It's about 50 degrees. The sun is out.
A little windy though.
A little breezy, a little breezy. Of course, it's springtime, right? So a little bit of wind is to be expected. Of course, the beautiful thing is the vast majority of these aircraft have
skis and floats, guys. That's the way we have it.
It's windy, so
it's windy. Oh, they have AS3X. Well, it's also a little snow on the ground, so if you want to fly off some snow, we got some planes that'll do that too.
So the point was, that the vast majority of these aircraft have AS3X.
Yes.
So even if it's springtime and it's a little bit windy, you can go out and enjoy flying all of these awesome aircraft that are equipped with AS3X because that smooths out the turbulence. It makes it more enjoyable to fly in the wind.
Absolutely, I agree.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure.
Positive.
Confident is on
Okay,
100%.
Okay, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about everything that's that you guys see on the screen here, and then also there's some other items that are not shown here that are in the sale. We'll touch on those briefly. Probably in the YouTube video, we'll throw up some slides to address those items in particular, and then make sure that you guys click on, especially if you're watching this on YouTube, the description there. You'll see a drop down. You'll see links to all the product pages. If there's a specific product that you're interested in, you can go right to that page on our website to either read more about it or to go ahead and order online at that moment. So one thing we'll point out is this sale is either while supplies last, so some of these items might sell out during the sale, that's not uncommon,
Right.
or until April 6th.
Yep.
So it's not a whole lot of time. You got less than a month now, a couple of weeks here to take advantage of this special offer. And again, it's available in stores at your favorite online retailer, and then also, of course, on HorizonHobby.com. So you can purchase any variety of ways. Most places are going to have a lot of these items in stock because a lot of these are some of our best-selling items, some of our most
Right.
popular items. You know, these two up at the top here in particular, the Timbers, are by far some of our most popular.
I'll say I see a lot of popular items on this table, Jason.
A lot of good stuff.
EC1500, the Apprentice STS, which is the AMA's trainer edition there essentially. We got the Carbon Cup S Plus. There's a lot of good stuff on this table.
Yes. Well, let's start with that. So we'll start with the trainers, so to speak. This is the Apprentice STS. A lot of people probably recognize this. I think a ton of people learned to fly on the original Apprentice, and then later on in life, the Apprentice S.
Right.
This is the newest generation version of the Apprentice,
Right.
and so it's what we call the Apprentice STS. It's a smart trainer with safe. And the reason it's a smart trainer is because it's got a whole lot more capability and functionality than it had even in the previous iteration, the Apprentice S.
Right.
So a combination of factors. Number one, we do have in the Ready to Fly package. By the way, this is the Ready to Fly version. That's the one that's on sale. So if you know someone that's looking to get into RC, to flying airplanes in particular, this is the best way to buy this airplane right now.
Right.
The Ready to Fly package is normally $349.99, $350 US. Of course, you're gonna get the 10% off, so that's $35 off. That's a good chunk of savings. That's enough money to go and buy an extra battery or buy a couple extra props or whatever you might need to learn how to fly. And so that Ready to Fly package includes a Spectrum Smart LiPo battery and a Spectrum Smart LiPo charger.
Yep.
So that's one part of the airplane that's very smart. And then on top of that, we upgraded it to a flight controller instead of just a separate standalone receiver. So it's got the flight controller along with a Spectrum satellite receiver or
Right.
serial receiver. And that flight control allows us to do some really interesting things. Now, they're not included in the box, but you can buy optional either our GPS module, which then gives you Safe Plus functionality,
Yep.
or our LAS sensor for landing assist. The landing assist sensor is very cool. It sees the ground, and so even if you're in beginner mode and you don't touch the stick at all, when it's coming down, if you don't flare, it'll bounce a little bit
Right.
when it touches the ground because the nose is down just a hair. But with the LAS, it sees the ground, it will flare the airplane, even add a little bit of power, and almost touch down perfectly every time.
Right.
Very, very cool. So that sensor kind of plugs into the belly there. Again, available separately. The GPS module is really cool.
Yep.
Because now you have Safe Plus. So this airplane is already equipped with Safe. For those that are not familiar, Safe is our sensor assisted flight envelope technology. It's got 3 flight modes: beginner mode, intermediate mode, and experienced mode. In beginner mode, you have bank angle limits and pitch angle limits, so you can't get the airplane upside down and out of control and crash. And when you let go of the controls, the airplane goes right back to level automatically.
Right.
It's almost like driving a car in the sky. It's that easy to fly in the beginner mode. Intermediate mode gives you a little more control, so you've got a little bit more bank angles and a little bit more pitch angle allowed, but you can't get upside down.
Right.
The difference is in intermediate mode, when you let go of the controls, it stays where you put it, which is to teach you to control it back to
Right.
a level attitude. Then, of course, experience mode, where there's no limitations. This thing in experience mode, you can loop, roll, fly it upside down. This thing's a lot of fun, even for an experienced pilot.
It's got some speed too, I'd say.
Yeah,
it's
it
pretty
moves.
fast. It's pretty fast. It
So
moves.
it's a nice airplane because honestly, you can learn to fly this, but then you almost can keep this with you forever. You'll
Right.
never really outgrow it.
Right.
Some guys might not like flying it as much as other models that have more capabilities, but it's still fun to fly.
Right. For me, I like to fly. Sometimes I like to go out and have just a really calm, relaxed flight.
Yes.
And I can do that with that airplane. Or if I want to go out and have somewhat of an adrenaline-filled flight, I could also do that with experience mode on that airplane.
Yeah, if
Very
you guys
cool.
check out, we got a flight talk video where we show some of the aerobatics that this is capable of. We also show some of those safe functions, Safe Plus functions. Safe Plus adds in a couple of things. Number one, virtual fence.
Yep.
So if you fly too far away, the airplane, there's an invisible fence line set based on the GPS initialization point, and when it hits that kind of edge of the fence, it'll turn around and come back to you automatically. So that way you never fly too far away.
Right.
It's very helpful for a beginner, especially if you're flying in the wind, because it keeps the airplane from getting so far away you can't see it comfortably. Right. So that's one benefit. Another benefit is you can hit a button and it'll just kind of loiter.
Yep.
Come back to the kind of home point and just fly right above it, kind of like pausing the flight. We call that holding pattern. And then probably the most interesting and exciting feature of all is auto land.
Yes.
When you're anywhere in the sky, you hold down the button for a couple of seconds, and the airplane will literally land right where you told it to start from.
Yeah, very cool.
And that is very, very cool. So again, those sensors are available separately. That's a part of what makes it smart and smart upgradable. It does have a telemetry capable ESC inside. So if you have a higher end transmitter, the ready to fly version comes with the DXE transmitter, which is kind of our base model transmitter, which is perfect for this application. It doesn't have telemetry, but if you do have a DX6E, DX8, then you get all that telemetry data. You got battery voltage, so on and so forth. So a really, really nice step up in, literally this has been, I'd say for many years now, the best #1 RC club trainer.
I would agree, absolutely.
Yeah. So you wouldn't fly this at a park or a schoolyard, you fly this at a flying field. The goal is that you buy this and you go to learn to fly at an RC club.
Right.
And then also preferably with the help of an experienced pilot. But that said, a lot of people have learned to fly on this airplane without an experienced pilot.
Right. That's one of the reasons why it's considered the AMA trainer.
Yes.
It's the AMA trainer
It's the official trainer of the AMA because, of course, the AMA sanctions a lot of clubs. And so this is their airplane of choice. They teach people to fly on this. When people show up, they recommend this as kind of their top of the line. If you want to really be serious about getting into radio controlled, this is a great airplane because everything that's in it you can use in something else. Right. The battery, the charger you can use for other aircraft. Of course, the transmitter you can use with other bind and fly aircraft. So there's a lot to be said with what you get for the money in this package. And again, first time I think it's ever been on sale, actually.
I would agree. Well, it's relatively new.
Yeah, it's pretty new. It just came out kind of late last year, and it does replace the Apprentice S altogether. Right. And it is a step up in overall, capability and functionality and upgradability. So absolutely. From one trainer to another.
So you have the Apprentice, and then you have kind of like the iconic Cub version of what that is. This particular model is the Carbon Cub S Plus. Now the Plus for this particular model stands for it has all of that GPS component and the capability already in the aircraft. So you don't have to buy anything extra. So if that the autonomous flight characteristics of the aircraft, if you like that type of feel for your aircraft and you want that capability, this is going to be the airplane for you guys. Yes. It is also on sale at 10% off. Very cool product. As Jason was saying, you do have the loiter capability, the return to home capability. Auto land. It's got a lot of really cool features in it. I think a lot of people have also learned off of this airplane as well.
A lot of people have. It's actually become one of our best-selling trainers.
Absolutely.
And so that said, I will point out that only the bind and fly basic version is on sale.
Yes.
This one we are not selling the ready to fly version in the sale because we have a limited supply of those.
Right.
So the bind and fly basic version is perfect for someone who already knows how to fly and just really wants a great flying 1.3 meter span Cub aircraft. Right. On top of that, you can certainly learn to fly with it.
Absolutely.
And if you are new to RC and you really like the looks of this Cub, you can buy the bind and fly basic version. You can buy a DX6E, a nicer transmitter, a different battery, different charger to fly that with. But that said, I think this is going to appeal a lot to guys who already know how to fly. Right. Which is the bind and fly basic version is kind of intended for that. We always sell a ready to fly version for a person who has nothing. Sure. Then we'll take and sell a bind and fly basic version for an experienced pilot who might just want a great flying trainer aircraft. So Carbon Cub is great because it's got those giant wheels. Yep. So it can take off and land on some really rough surfaces. There are optional floats. Yep. Oh, by the way, both of these
both have floats. This also has flaps too, guys. So you get a little more scale performance there as well.
So optional flaps. You do need to have a 7-channel transmitter, I believe, to be able to use the flaps on that. If you have a 6-channel transmitter, no problem. You just get the functionality of Safe. Right. And then the Safe Plus features as well. So you got to watch out for that. But that airplane, it is very, very popular, again, with experienced pilots because it just flies really good. Good performance. Looks really nice. Good paint job. I really like the trim scheme that's on that.
Well, I think it's more, it's kind of a scale paint scheme. I've seen a lot of these with that, with scale aircraft with that as well.
Exactly. So that is, again, the bind and fly basic version, which is
$25 off right now.
So $249.99 is the regular price. So $225 after the discount makes it a really good deal for a bind and fly basic airplane. Absolutely. That's what a normal bind and fly basic airplane in that price size range would be. The difference is this has Safe Plus.
Right. On top of that, it's one of our most popular trainers too. So it's not just something that we're just throwing in there. This is one of the most popular aircraft that we sell here at Horizon.
And by the way, guys, if you're not thrilled about the GPS functionality. It takes a couple extra steps to get it initialized and everything. That's okay. You can disable it.
Yeah.
You can unplug it altogether, or you can turn it off through the transmitter where you hold the sticks in a certain position and you flip a switch back and forth a couple times and it disables it.
Absolutely.
So don't be alarmed. You don't have to use GPS if you don't want. If you're an experienced pilot, you may not need that in your mind or may not want it. So that said, again, 2 great trainers on sale. We can start there, and then let's move back to these guys.
So I'll start with this one because it came out first. How's that?
Oh, fine.
All right, guys. So
that's yours, right?
This is mine. This is my. I love this airplane. It's on floats because I personally love to fly aircraft off the water, and this one does a really good job at it. So up here, guys, you'll see that we have the Turbo Timber 1.5 meter. Also, it is the bind and fly basic version.
Yes.
So it is going to have the safe select availability on there, similar to what we've been talking about here. But this is the iconic legacy of the Timber series, guys. I think the Turbo Timber 1.5 really takes what the original had and gave it a bump.
Yeah.
You know, so it has the turbo added to it. It does come with floats, so when you guys purchase the airplane, the floats are in the box ready to go for you. So if you wanted to fly off water, you don't have to buy anything extra, which I think is really cool. Lots of capability here, guys. It's got the optional slats. I have the slats on mine that comes with it in the box. You can choose to use them or not. The slats kind of just kill the lift on the wing, help it take off a little.
So it does have better low speed performance and handling.
Absolutely.
With those installed, yes.
Very easy to go together. Very simple. About 15 minutes to put the whole thing together. It does have flaps.
It's funny because looking at you on the screen, you're looking at it very lovingly.
Yeah, I love the airplane. It's
clearly you adore it. I hope you look at your wife like that.
Well, she gets a different criteria of looks, Jason. But yes, this is a wonderful airplane, and I encourage, if you guys have the original Timber, or if you have the Timber X, you have to try out the Turbo Timber. It is an awesome airplane, flies well, it's got 4S power, it's amazing.
I'll say personally, I really appreciated the original Timber 1.5 meter that we came out with many years ago, which was one of our best-selling airplanes for a long time, but I never bought one. When we came out with the Turbo Timber, I bought it because not only did we change the looks a little bit with the turbo nose, which I kind of dig, but we added the 3S and 4S compatible power system. So now with 4S, it's got unlimited vertical. It can hover on the prop. It's amazing. We stiffened the wing. We also put metal geared servos all the way around. We took all the things that guys really wanted the original to be and have and put them into the Turbo Timber. And so that's a great airplane. It does come with the landing gear, standard landing gear, just like the Timber X has here with the Tundra tires and shock absorbing gear. That is in the box. The floats are in the box. It has lights. It has flaps.
Lots of
feature rich. You guys look at the reviews. Don't take our word for it. Other people absolutely love this airplane. This is probably the #1 recommended next to a trainer airplane.
It's my
That's
favorite.
like your second airplane. Some people's favorite airplane.
I do. It flies great, guys. It's a great product.
And again, the Bind and Fly Basic version is on sale in the sale today. Not the plug and play.
Right.
The Bind and Fly Basic version is normally $269.99, so you get $27 off of that. So it puts you at $242.99, something like that. I'm trying to do the math in my head. But it's a good deal. It's the best deal it's going to be this season. And I'll point that out, guys. This is the only sale we're going to have in the spring going into summer season. So all of these models are going to be, this is the best price of the season on all of these. In fact, some of these airplanes won't be on sale again at all this year. So if you want to get your hands on anything you see here, now is the time to buy because you can get that 10% off. We're going into spring. We're going into flying season. Let's go scratch that itch. And let's go fly.
And don't forget, you do not have to get it directly from Horizon. You can go to a local participating Horizon hobby retailer, and this works in their store as well, guys.
Yes, your favorite local hobby shop, your favorite online retailer, and of course, HorizonHobby.com. So we'll go from one Timber to another. This is my favorite Timber, the Timber X. And the Timber X is 1.2 meter span versus 1.5 like the Turbo is. The reason for that is we shortened the span so it would roll better. But when we shorten the span, we actually increase the chord of the wing. So it has similar wing area. So the wing loading is very similar. So the slow speed capability is close to the same. It's not as identical as we would hope, but it's not intended to be. The Timber X is intended to be a STOL capable 3D airplane. And it is all those things. You guys got to watch the video that we have. We have a lot of videos out there.
Not just our video. Watch other people's videos too.
Watch Chase's video. It'll blow your mind. He even had the slats on. And he was still doing all these crazy aerobatics, 3D aerobatics, no problem. That also has a 3S and 4S power system. Also has metal geared servos. It does not come with the floats, but you can buy those floats separately for about $30 and install them on the Timber X if you want to fly off the water. So that's an option as well. And so for that reason, the price is a little bit lower, even though they have basically the same equipment. But they don't. That one doesn't. Again, the Timber X doesn't have the floats, so it's about $20 less. It's $249.99 for the Bind and Fly Basic version. That's the only version that's on sale. And then that's, of course, $25 off. So about $225. That's a great deal for a 1.2 meter, 3S and 4S compatible power system, metal geared servo,
Best-selling
3-kick
airplane.
It
One
really
of the
is.
best-selling airplanes that
Yes.
we carry here at Horizon.
You know, it's funny. When we first came out with it, people the first day they saw it, they're like, "What the heck are you guys thinking?"
Right.
And now that it's been out there, this thing is almost sells as well as the Turbo Timber.
I think, yeah,
Because it's a different animal. It has a lot of the same characteristics that people love in a Timber, which is stole capability, just kind of all around good flight characteristics.
Right.
But then on top of that, it can do 3D and aerobatics. You've got the full flying. You can have the full span aileron option if you want that. Oh, I almost knocked it down.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, he knew that was going to happen.
We were
He
thinking
warned
that.
me. He
I was
warned me.
thinking I was going to fall and knock him out, and then I would start talking to you guys while he was just unconscious on the floor.
It's not that heavy of an airplane.
I don't know, man. It could probably
Always
knock
a
you
couple
out.
pounds, but you do have the option to have full span ailerons mixed with flaps. You do have to have a 6-channel transmitter to accomplish that, but a lot of people do.
Right.
We show in the instruction manual how you plug in the flaps into separate channels and then mix them to your ailerons, so that way you can have the full span ailerons. Of course, you can have flaps separate, and both of these airplanes have our kind of LED light package that's kind of standard
Very
now,
similar too,
which
yeah.
is navigation lights. You got some strobes on there, landing lights. Very, very cool, guys. These airplanes, again, don't take our word for it.
Right.
Look up the reviews, look at the videos. People love these airplanes.
Right.
This is the only time of the year these are probably going to be on sale, and it's one of the best times going into flying season to get your
Right.
hands on one.
Right, absolutely.
Or what if you have one from last year and you wore it out? Now's the time to buy a new one.
Yeah, it's on sale. Why not?
On sale. That's the way to do
That's
it.
the way to
So,
do it, yeah.
yes, again, guys, all these items are on sale from now until April 6th. So you got to keep that in mind. Or if we sell out or stores sell out of those items between now and then, you won't be able to get them at
Can't do
sale
much.
price. So you
Right.
got to act today if you want to get one and you don't want to miss out.
Right, and I think, again, I want to go back to it, guys. These aren't just mediocre models that are on the table. These are some of the best-selling
Best-selling,
airplanes that we
yes.
have at Horizon. We really wanted to give you guys a good deal on some of the, the best-selling items that we have going into spring. So get it while you can.
Speaking of very good selling airplanes, so we got the V900.
Yes.
The V stands for very fast, very
or
good
very
seller,
cool,
very cool. Yeah, yeah.
Anything that starts
So,
with a V that sounds cool. That's what it
The
stands
Timbers
for.
are some of our best slow flight capable airplanes, but the V900 is literally one of our fastest airplanes. So
Yep.
out of the box on a 3-cell, 2200, 1800 milliamp, anywhere in their battery,
Yep.
that airplane is 100 miles per hour in
Yeah.
level flight. 100 miles per hour, which is fast, trust
Yes.
me. A lot of guys
Yes.
have never flown an airplane that goes more than 60 or 80 miles per hour. They fly that, they're like, wow, this
Yep.
is amazing. I fly mine on 3S all the time
Right.
because, I mean, yes, it's faster on 4S, but 100 is already like, woohoo,
Right.
you're moving.
I've seen a lot of people racing these, like kind of like a
Yes.
pylon race situation.
Yeah.
If you go to YouTube and plug in V900 racing, you'll see like 6 to 8 guys flying
Yep.
these in a circuit, and it's just like woo woo. I mean, it's so fast. Like
We
it's
did
super,
that recently.
It's super quick.
In fact, somebody knocked the tip off my stab here. I had to glue it back on because someone clipped me.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure they were trying to take
well,
me
if,
out,
if
but
they clipped you, that means they were probably going
I-
faster than
they
you.
were. Well, no,
they were taking
no,
you. It sounds like. Well,
I
I
was
mean,
winning.
they clipped you.
I was winning. I slowed down a little bit to give them a chance,
Yeah,
and then I think they tried to take me
I
out,
just think
thinking
sometimes the skill really shows, and the person who clipped you did a better job. Is what
I kept
sounds
it
like.
alive. It's fine. It's fine. I fixed it. So on 3S, 100 miles per hour. If you install a 4S, anywhere from 1800 to a 2200 milliamp battery, it's over 120 miles per hour in level flight,
Yeah.
which is really moving. That's faster than even a lot of EDF jets are. So when you want speed, a lot of guys think jet, and jets are fast for sure.
Right.
Like this F4 is over 100 miles per hour, no problem. But this thing makes it look slow.
Right.
So not only is it faster, but it's also maybe a little bit easier handling than a lot of jets. Of course, it's not very complex. There's no landing gear on it.
Right.
You just kind of, I underhand launch it myself. I kind of grab it on the top of the fuselage and just give it full throttle and just, well, I usually go about half
It
throttle.
takes
but just-
off out of your hand, really, honestly, guys.
It has
It's not too
unlimited
bad.
vertical, but it's also not just a fast airplane. You can do
Right.
basic aerobatics with it at low speeds.
Yeah.
It has really good low speed handling. So if you watch videos of guys that know how to fly this airplane well, land it, they come in so slow, it'll blow your mind that it's probably like, I don't know, 12 mile per hour stall speed and 120 mile per hour top speed.
Right.
It's pretty impressive, the speed range. It's also fun to fly because it can do knife edge, it can do inverted, it can do point rolls, snaps. It's just a really good handling all around airplane.
Right, and I think it comes in at a really affordable package too, guys.
Yes, it's a good deal.
Yeah, very good deal. So I believe, it's $18 off right now. I
Yeah,
believe is
so
what
the,
it is,
the
yeah.
regular price, and that's again, the Bind and Fly Basic version is the only version that's on sale in this sale. There is a PMP, but in this case, with the sale price, it's basically the same price.
Right.
So the Bind and Fly Basic version comes with, well, both versions come with digital metal geared servos.
Right.
They've got the 3S and 4S compatible power system, aluminum spinner, APC 88 prop out of the box. All the good stuff is in this right out of the box. And the nice thing about the Bind and Fly Basic version is it does come with, of course, AS3X, and then you have optional use Safe Select. And I
Right.
will say, launching this airplane is easier with Safe On.
Absolutely,
Without
I
a
agree.
doubt. So I've got Safe on a switch. I put it in a safe mode, hold it nose up, about half throttle, let go, it flies out straight and level, I pull up a little bit, turn off safe, and boom, I go for it. So it makes life really, really easy. Almost everything you guys are seeing on the table here today is the Bind and Fly Basic version that's on sale, which also then has that optional use safe select.
Or regular safe like the Apprentice.
Yeah, so regular safe like the trainers have, of course. So yes, that's on sale. That's a very popular airplane. We sell tons of those. Guys are always talking about either racing them or talking about trying to make them faster. And you can make it even faster than 120 miles per hour. It can be done.
They can.
And so that's a great airplane, easy to put together. It bolts together in like, I don't know, 20 minutes.
If that.
Yeah,
honestly,
in fact, almost all these airplanes that are here go together very, very easily. Probably the hardest one to put together is the F-16 because it takes a couple of glue joints.
Right, absolutely.
And that's nothing to it. So from a very fast airplane to what I think is a very cool airplane, this is one of my all-time favorites.
It's got a lot going for it, that's for sure.
It does. There's a whole lot going on with the EC-1500. So we came out with this last year, and some guys saw it. They go, oh, great. It's a scale cargo airplane that's not scale. But it's not scale. It was inspired by scale airplanes, but what we wanted to do is offer kind of like the Timber X. Let's think about that as a good example. It's a STOL-capable airplane that flies like a high-wing typical airplane does, but then has 3D capability. We decided with the EC-1500 to do something similar where we come out with an airplane that looks like a cargo airplane, has a cargo door. It functions
cargo door.
Functions like a cargo airplane. But then on top of that, if you don't want to fly just scale, so to be honest, if this was just a scale cargo airplane, I would not buy it personally. But because I can fly it like a scale cargo airplane and I can do 3D aerobatics with it, I bought one. That makes it one of my all-time favorites. So out of the box, it's 3S and 4S compatible, anywhere from a 3S 3200 all the way up to a 4S 5000 or any combination of batteries. Let's say you have a bunch of 3S 2200s or 4S 2200s. You can put those in parallel and fly them in here, no problem. The battery compartment is giant, huge battery compartment inside. It has the option to install FPV camera. You can pull the nose cone off and install a GoPro in the nose cone. Again, it does have the functional cargo door. It's got a pretty big cargo bay here close to the CG, so you can load a lot of stuff in there, parachute men.
Which we sell optional.
Yeah, little like streamer bombs that we've got. I've seen guys launching tanks and RC boats out of it. It's pretty freaking cool, the stuff that you can do.
I think one of the coolest features for me, Jason, is the ability to run the dual flap or the split flap. So all of the hinges here on the surfaces, guys, for the ailerons and the flaps are completely removable for one, and you can actually join them as well. So you can have like a full surface aileron or a full surface flap. It's really cool stuff on this airplane.
Yeah, you may not be able to see it here in the video, but there's three surfaces here technically, and there's a joiner, so you can join it so you've got a big aileron and a small flap, or you could join it so you have a big flap and a small aileron, depending on your flying style. If you have enough channels in the receiver and the transmitter, you could also mix to have full span aileron. But I'll tell you, if you watch the videos of people flying this thing, whether it's for sport or scale or even 3D flying, you don't necessarily need the full span ailerons, but I have mine set up personally with the big aileron just like this, and the small flap.
It gives you higher roll rate.
It does pretty darn, it's fast enough for what I need to do with it. And that's really great. Again, 3S and 4S out of the box. On 3S, it'll almost hover. On 4S, it'll hover and it'll punch out vertical. It's really impressive.
That is cool.
Really impressive.
Absolutely.
Something that we did do, we released this, many months ago, not quite a year ago yet. And initially some guys were having trouble getting these very, very large, relatively heavy 5-blade props secured on here well. So what we did since then is we changed a couple of things. We changed the prop adapter designs themselves. You guys probably can't see this in the video. We changed the prop adapter so it's longer. So now when you screw in the spinner cap, it bottoms out on the shaft. You can't break the spinner cap that way. We changed to stronger aluminum material. And then we changed the depth of the kind of like straight portion, the non-threaded portion of the shaft to keep it from breaking when you tighten it down too much. And then we also knurled the face of the collet. And that was one of the biggest changes that helps to contribute to being able to secure the props tighter. So we changed the prop adapters. We also changed the spinner back plate. So you guys, again, probably can't see this in the video, but the original back plate was smooth. The new back plates have these pins and these pegs that lock into the back of the prop. So when you're tightening everything down now with a combination of the knurled surface on the prop adapter, the pins on the back plate of the spinner, and then the prop, all of that cinches down real nice and easy now. You don't have to use a ton of force. You don't have to use just the right amount of force to not break the adapter or strip it or bend it. It's so much easier now to secure these props so they don't ever come off.
I think the biggest issue with the original was as you were tightening down, the motor would spin with it. And you didn't know if you were getting a good turn on the nut. With this, it takes away that ability with that happening.
Once you hold the prop and you tighten the nut, everything behind that is all locked in place.
It stays firm.
So it's, guys, we've changed that. I know some guys will say, hey, that's the one thing that's kept me away from it. No reason to keep you away from it anymore. We now have those in the box. So when you buy one of these from HorizonHobby.com in particular now, it'll come with the new prop adapters and spinners in the box. We call them the updated design versions. You might buy one from a hobby shop. It may not have those in there. That's okay. Just call our product support guys. Tell them I got an EC1500. I need the new updated design prop adapters, the updated design spinner, and they'll send it to you. Yep. If you already own one of these and you don't have the updated design prop adapter and spinners, just give us a call. We'll get you set up with the new ones, no charge. No problem, we'll take care of you. Now, not everybody needs them. Like, I'm still flying mine with the originals. I've never had any issues with the originals coming off. I tightened them, you know, and some guys joke about the video I made where I tightened it just enough, you know. It's hard to describe just enough, but that said, it can be done, but now it can be done much better, much easier. Those are in the box with the newest shipments. If you're in Europe, you may need to contact our product support staff there to get them because they're not in the box yet. That will happen down the road, but in the short term, they have those in stock and available. You guys will notice that on our website now, we've got the updated descriptions, and there's a B on the end of the item number, and that B version is the updated design version. So
real quick, Jason, I do want to interrupt for 1 second. Dennis Farley had a question. He said they should offer these to the people who already bought one. So Dennis, we are. If you have an EC1500 with the old style setup, all you have to do, as Jason had mentioned, is call in a product support. They do have a supply of these ready, and they will get them out to you no charge.
Exactly. We'll take care of you guys. If you already bought one, no worries. We'll take care of you. Even if you don't need them yet, just call us, get them, so you got them as backups. A lot of people don't break the props on this, but let's say you do, that's a great time to swap out the prop adapters and the spinners. So again, we've taken the kind of one complaint that guys had about this product, and we've addressed that. And then on top of that, it's on sale.
It is on sale.
So this is the Bind and Fly Basic version that's in the sale, which of course is the most popular version. It comes with a 6-channel AR636 receiver with AS3X and option to use Safe Select. That is normally $399.99.
And today it's $40 off, guys.
So $40 off. That's a good deal, guys. $359. That's one of the best prices this will ever be. And that is available, again, in the sale now while supplies last at your favorite local hobby shop, online, HorizonHobby.com. And again, if you end up getting the prop adapters that don't have the knurled, that's the easiest way to tell, the knurled collet, the knurled faceplate, and then also the back plate of the spinner that has the pins and the pegs in it. If you don't have that when you get one, no problem. Just contact our product support staff. We'll send those right out to you and get you hooked up and flying in no time.
Absolutely, guys. So do you want to move into some of the faster, high-performance stuff here?
No.
No? All right, I guess not, guys. I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to start with the F-16, guys. I think this is the F-16 64 millimeter. The Bind and Fly Basic version is what's on sale as well.
Yes.
This airplane's really cool. I think it's very affordable for guys that are wanting to, you know, for their first time jet to get into something like this. It is a 3 and 4 cell capable aircraft. Though we would prefer to fly it on 4 cell.
Yeah, I would not recommend 3 cell personally, only 4 cell.
But yeah, so very cool stuff. It does take the elevator stabs actually glue on in place. It's the only thing you really have to glue in place, and as well as the vertical stabilizer. The wings are bolt on. Very affordable. Like I said, it's a very good jet to get into for your first one. It does have the Texas Gun Show, I believe, scheme on here.
So it's the Texas Air National Guard.
Yes, very cool. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
cool
it's
stuff.
a very limited trim scheme. This was kind of like a one-off anniversary edition for their 65th anniversary. It's very nice because it's got good visibility. A lot of like standard gray trim scheme F-16s are really hard to see. This has nice coloration on the stabs, on the nose, so you can kind of tell not only front from back, but top to bottom a little bit easier. And so this is 64 millimeter, which makes it a little bit smaller, a little bit simpler. It does not have retractable landing gear. It does not have flaps. It doesn't need those. The idea is to keep the price sub $200 to give you something that's relatively simple. Let's say you're moving from an EC1500 or a Timber into jets. There are jets that we sell, like our 70 millimeter F-16 and Viper, that have retracts and flaps. And well, the F-16 doesn't have flaps, but that said, they're more complex. They're higher performance. They're harder to fly. They're also more expensive. They need a 6-cell battery. This uses your standard 4-cell 2200, which a lot of people have. And so that's a perfect upgrade from, say, a Timber. If you've been flying one of those, you probably already have the battery for it. It's a very simple to fly airplane. So it could be your first jet. And this and the F-15 that we sell in the 64 millimeter category are relatively easy to fly jets. It's probably not as easy to fly as the F-15, but I think if you have a couple of other airplanes under your belt, that could be a good first EDF. I believe this is $179.99 normally for the Bind and Fly Basic. Exactly. So it'll be $18 off in the sale. So about $160, and you've got the Bind and Fly Basic version with optional use Safe Select, which makes it even easier to fly.
Absolutely.
So if you're new to jets, AS3X is great, but Safe is really awesome because let's say you're nervous about your takeoffs and landings. Turn Safe on. With a takeoff, you just punch it and go, and it'll just climb out. and you're landing, it'll keep the wings level for you. You'll have to flare still, and you'll have to line it up on the runway, but it makes your workload a lot less landing it with safe active.
So not only does safe make it easier to get into a jet, an airplane that flies typically faster than what you'll see on the table here, but it also makes it while you're flying a lot easier as well too.
Yep,
so
same
landing,
thing.
flying, all that stuff's super simple, and this airplane's under $200. It's got the bind and fly receiver in there. It's a really good deal for you guys to get into.
Yep, it is. So performance is very good too. It's no slouch.
Right.
A lot of guys are impressed by how fast it is. It's probably pushing 75, 80 miles per hour in level flight, even in a dive a little faster than that. And the sound is really cool. It's got the 11-blade fan inside. So the bind and fly basic version has all the servos, the power system, the ESC, of course, the receivers, all in there. And again, about $160 in the sale. It's a great, great value. So we'll move from that to this is one of my favorite right now, EDFs. It's our F4 80 millimeter, so it's a relatively large airplane. You're not going to be able to see all the detail on the screen. You can probably see a little bit, but this is what we call extra scale. It has way more surface detail. It's got a lot more functional scale details as well. So for example, it's got landing lights in the nose gear door. It's got sequenced gear doors. It does have the removable ordnance here, so you can pop this on and off. I kind of like the way it looks with it on there. But that said, I kind of prefer the way that it flies without it myself. So when you take it off, it's less drag, less weight, and so it does fly a little bit faster without that installed. So it does have retracts, it does have flaps, it has shock-absorbing landing gear, it has navigation lights.
It has the retractable doors on the front.
It does have the sequenced nose gear doors. So it's a really sweet airplane, but my favorite part is it goes together with like 9 screws. There's no glue. It goes together in like 30 minutes, and boom, you're out flying a very high performance, over 100 mile per hour, straight and level flight, 6S powered airplane. It runs on anywhere from a 6S 4000 up to a 7000. 5000 is a sweet spot that a lot of guys fly it with. I like it with a 7000 myself because I like having that kind of extra weight to it, a little extra flight time. But at the same time, this airplane is not hard to fly.
It doesn't have any bad tendencies.
It really doesn't.
And it also has safe select on board. So.
It does. This is the bind and fly basic version that's in the sale here. Now, I would not recommend this as a first jet. But I would say if you've flown 2 jets before, or you're a pretty skilled pilot that hasn't flown a lot of jets, you could definitely handle this airplane, especially the bind and fly basic version with AS3X, and then optional use safe select makes it even easier. So very good performance, sounds awesome. The sound is fantastic with the 12-blade 80 millimeter fan. The performance is very good. The flight time's a little better than average for similar sized models because we have a little bit more efficient power system. It's just a great flying airplane. Again, another one where you read the reviews and guys are just raving about it. It looks awesome, flies awesome, not hard to land. Doesn't have any significantly bad tendencies or anything like that. And so a great, really good looking, easy to put together, easy to maintain jet that's at a good price right now.
And I believe this one is the most off. It's at $45 off.
Yes,
originally
for the airplanes that are here at the show or here on the table today, this $449, so it's basically $45 off, so it makes it about $400 for an 80 millimeter extra scale bind and fly airplane that not only looks great, flies great, sounds great. Honestly, everywhere you take this thing, it's a showstopper. People are like, oh, I want to see your F4 fly. I want to see your F4 fly. So it's a very, very popular airplane for that reason. And again, only the bind and fly basic version is on sale. We did have a P&P version of this. We did put on special a while back and we ran out of them. So we only have the bind and flies left these days. But at that price, it's basically less than the plug and play was.
I want to point out too, you said that when we put the P&P on price, we sold out of them. There's a possibility that this could happen to you guys. So definitely pick one up while you can. Okay?
That's a good point. Again, all these are while supplies last. Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly. So we're not getting rid of it anytime soon, but we might run out of them, and then they'll be out of stock for a while until we get the next shipments in. So that's, again, a great, great airplane right there. And some of the airplanes, let's talk about some of the ones that aren't here.
Yeah, so we do, as we mentioned, we kind of want to cover the entire air category that's on the Spring Madness sale. So we have 2 Hangar 9 aircraft that are also available in the sale. So for the guys that are the builders who actually enjoy doing that, the larger scale models want to put some blood, sweat, and tears into their stuff, we do have 2 available. So we have the F6F Hellcat, which is one of them. It's a 15cc aircraft. We will put, when this video goes on YouTube, I'll put some pictures up here so you guys will be able to see what we're referring to. But also one very, really cool aircraft, and we also have the Fokker.
Yes, so the Fokker 30cc, which is a big airplane.
Yeah, it's huge.
That airplane is very, very cool. Not only is it a World War I biplane, which is kind of iconic. If you guys watch the video, it's awesome that it can not only fly scale, but it can also hang on the prop and do crazy aerobatics, which makes it fun to fly. And I know a lot of guys give us a hard time when they see a scale airplane doing 3D or something like that. But hey, you know what? It may not
If
be
it can do
scale,
it,
but
why
if it can do
not?
it, why not? If you want to fly that way, you don't have to fly it that
Right.
way. When guys see me hovering this EC1500, they're like, that's just not right.
Right.
And yeah, okay, maybe it's not right, but you know what? I'm having a blast.
To somebody, it's right.
Yeah, to
To
somebody,
somebody,
it's
it's right.
So check out the video for that. The S6 Hellcat is a great value.
Yep.
That is what we kind of consider a fun scale, kind of mid-size model. What's nice is, let's say you're moving from a bunch of foam airplanes and you want to move into balsa ARFs. That's a great one to start
Absolutely.
with. In fact, you can take the power system out of some of our Carbon Z aircraft and stick it in that 15cc Hellcat and not have to buy a new motor, a new ASC, and all these other parts that you normally would have to. So that is available. Hangar 9 again, F6 Hellcat, the 15cc is the size.
Yep.
Normal price on that is $299.99, so it's 10% off in the sale, so $30 off.
30 bucks, yep.
And that's a good deal on, again, a balsa ARF. And of course, we got the Fokker 30cc, which is a giant scaler, very giant
It's huge,
scale
guys. Big airplane.
And that is normally $799.99, so about $800, and that's $80 off. So that's a really good savings on that airplane. That's a pretty popular airplane.
It is, guys.
It's
And
a good
I think what's really cool about the Falcon in general is where you actually put your power system, the power plant, is so large that you guys can really use a wide variety of engines.
Yeah, 30 to 60 cc, I think we
you can use
recommend
a lot of different
Or
motors.
electric.
Or electric. Whatever you want to put in there, it can handle a lot of different power plants, guys. So
Yep.
if you've crashed an airplane, and you have something you want to throw on there, it fits a large variety of stuff. Check it out for sure.
Yes, now that airplane, so those are two of our larger scale airplanes in the sale. There's another large scale airplane that's not here, which is in our E-flite brand.
Yes.
The Carbon Z Cessna 150, very popular airplane.
Very popular,
It was too big to bring here, it took up too much room.
Right.
That's an 80 some odd inch span, 84 inch span, I believe.
Yes.
Airplane, 2.1 meter. It's a beautiful flying airplane. Flies fantastic, looks awesome.
Right.
And it's a giant scale airplane, but it's easy to take apart and transport. It's also affordable for a giant scale 80-inch airplane at $399 for the Buy and Fly Basic version. It was already a good deal.
Yeah.
But now in the sale, it's 10% off. So that's another $40 off.
40 bucks, yep. That's
Yeah,
a very good deal.
very
And
good
again,
deal.
guys, another very popular airplane from the E-flite category. We do sell a lot of that airplane. I think a lot of people do pick up the floats with it as well because
that's right, optional
it is
floats.
an awesome sight to see that airplane off the water. So another really cool item that we may potentially sell out. So definitely check it out, guys.
Oh yeah, we did forget to mention the EC1500 also.
Oh yeah, it has its skis.
Comes
That's
with
what I was saying.
skis,
It comes with skis
and optional floats.
Optional floats, yes.
This thing
And-
is just like a jack of all trades.
Yeah,
Swiss
awesome
Army
plane.
knife of airplanes right there.
There you go.
I can't talk
absolutely.
enough about it because I love it so much. I just love it. You
Right.
guys can see I got some flight talk videos on this because I loved it so much. I did a couple of those.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Any excuse to fly it, I'm like, let's shoot
Let's
a video.
go. Woo,
Yeah, let's do it.
chase
Let's do it. So airplanes are one thing.
Yes.
Let's talk about.
So let's start with the helicopters,
Mm-hmm.
guys. So we do have the Blade line of products. Again, one of the air categories we wanted to discuss today. We're going to start with our smallest and work our way
The
up.
little guy
So
there?
we have the Blade 180 right there, guys. This is on the Fusion line. So if you guys are familiar with the Blade lineup, we do have all of the Fusion lineup on sale during the Spring Madness sale. So again, we have the 180 right there. Very cool if you're coming from something like the Nano CPS2 or the Nano, those category of helicopters. It is a collective pitch helicopter. So I think that helicopter right now is the perfect size for the guy who's still coming from a collective pitch helicopter who's wanting to start doing some 3D.
Smaller helicopter,
Smaller
yeah.
helicopter wanting to go into 3D. It's a very awesome platform. I have flown it. I own one myself, and it allows you to do practice your collective pitch, practice your 3D capability in a smaller area. And it also, I believe that's belt driven as well too.
Yeah, so that's got kind of like, it's the step up from our other micro helicopters because it's got everything that a normal larger scale helicopter has. The belt driven tail.
Which is, I think it's like one of the first ones that's ever had a
stack
belt driven
frame.
tail.
In that size,
Yeah.
it's one of the first, exactly.
Yeah.
And that makes it higher performance, which is exactly kind of the point of the Fusion line.
Yeah.
The Fusion line is the step above our kind of standard MCP series or so on and so forth. Those are all great helicopters, especially for learning to fly. But the nice thing about Fusions is they're built a little bit higher
tougher
end,
too, yeah.
either more metal parts or
Aluminum.
carbon fiber parts, more aluminum. Yeah, there's a lot more going on. And these are designed to be all-out 3D machines. And also, most of them, they're available in the Buy and Fly Basic version, have AS3X and Safe Select. Whoa,
We're going to
I
leave
saved
that
it.
over there right there. I told you that was going to happen. It went the wrong way though. I was really hoping for the knockout.
I know. It's really
hoping for
sad
the
that he
knockout.
wanted it to
I
hit
was
me.
hoping for the knockout. Man, dang. I do want to jump back to the 180QX here real quick, guys. So that airplane or that helicopter is $25 off right now, guys. So normally it's $249.99.
Oh, yeah.
And it's $20 off. That's really cool.
$25 off, and then
off, yeah.
this is the next step up. So that's the 180, And then this is the 270, so it's kind of a little bit step up in size and performance. I love the looks of this. The visibility of this thing is fantastic with this green and yellow trim scheme. It really stands out. Again, I'm looking at it, guys. It's all aluminum head parts. You've got the stacked carbon fiber frames. You've got the belt-driven tail. This thing is, bam, out of the box,
ready to go.
hardcore 3D capable. Also equipped with our new flight controller. So we've got 3D capability with AS3X, basically 3-axis gyros, but then also we have optional use safe select, I believe.
Right, yeah, it's got the bailout feature essentially is what it is.
Yes, so that also buy and fly basic, right?
Yep, absolutely, guys. Yep.
And what's the price on that one?
So the 270 is normally $349.99, and right now it's on sale at $35 off.
So that's a very good deal as well. And that's, again, kind of the next step up from the 180. And then we have another step up.
Yeah, so for the guys that are looking for like the 500 size helicopters, I don't think we would quite call this a 500
Well, the 480
size.
is that.
Yeah, so this
is
has a really good presence in the air, guys. So if you guys are wanting to get in, if you guys have a 180 and you're looking to, you can fly that very well, you're very comfortable with it, you can either go to the 270 or you can go straight to something like this. This is a powerhouse. Also, like Jason mentioned, has our new flight controller on board. So it does have the bailout feature should you guys need that. There's so many cool things to say about this helicopter. I think the presence, the way it looks is good. I love the red, white, and blue. Kind of gives me the America theme, you know? So it's very cool. I do have one of these myself. Flies really well. Again, has the Fusion upgrades, I would say, to it. You know, got lots of aluminum parts on it. Lots of carbon fiber. Lots of cool stuff on this guy. And this one also is $55 off. So I think that's a really good deal on one of these helicopters.
So that's also the buy and fly basic
Absolutely,
version.
yes.
Yeah, so it's a good deal. If you guys, I'm kind of an old school helicopter guy, so that's to me what we used to call a 450 sized helicopter.
Right.
And that is a good size because you can fly it in some wind. It's also got better visibility. I love small helicopters, don't get me wrong. But I do struggle sometimes with orientation when they're a little further away. Now, safe will help, or the bailout feature will save me. But the 360 is nice because you've got a little more horsepower, a little bit better kind of power to weight ratio, and a little bit lighter disc loading. So it makes it a little easier to fly overall, but you can fly it in more wind, you can fly it a little further away or a little higher up if you're still learning to do 3D aerobatics. Gives you a little bit extra, kind of altitude, so on and so forth. You know, bigger always flies better. And then speaking of bigger, we also then have one more Fusion that's on sale, which is bigger than this.
So we have the Fusion 480 kit that is on sale, guys. So I kind of want to use the same reference to the Hangar 9s. If you guys are interested in building large-scale helicopters or you like to work with your hands, the 480 kit is also going to be a really good product for you. It's on sale, great price. You do need to buy all the electronics with it.
You do, yes.
Yeah, so it's just the helicopter, guys. And it comes as a kit, so you're literally piecing it together page by page. You're putting all the electronics into it, starting from ground up.
It's not bad to build at all, though. So I was actually surprised by how low the parts count is. And so for a kit, it's probably one of the easiest that's out there. And it basically is a top-of-the-line helicopter. 480 size blades, which makes it equivalent to almost a 500 size helicopter from back in the day. It's very, very, very phenomenal.
Absolutely.
We also have a stretch kit for it as well.
Absolutely. So that helicopter is $499.99 usually, so about $500. And right now it's on sale for $50
$50 off. That's a good chunk of savings right there. It's probably like the cost of the motor.
Yeah.
So it's a good deal, guys. The Fusion series is basically effectively the top of the line in their smaller category sizes.
So if you look at the lineup of helicopters that we've had in the past, these are really what has come from those. I mean, we've listened to what the community wanted in a helicopter. We put the carbon fiber in there. We put the aluminum in there. We might have a higher price to it now, but you're getting a quality, 3D capable, high performing helicopter right out of the box. You don't need to do anything to it. Yeah,
when you have that extra metal and carbon, you don't break as much when you crash.
That's for sure.
It's kind of nice. Less wrenching, more flying. That's always my preference. They're also, I like the way they look with the kind of low profile landing gear. They all kind of have that family look. So I know a lot of guys that have all the different sizes of the Fusions. It's cool. I watch them. They show up at the field and they open the back of their car and boom, there's all the Fusions lined up. It looks really, really neat.
It is neat.
It's good. We've got a little bit of everything, guys. We've got airplanes on sale. We've got helicopters on sale. We did mention earlier, we've got a number of surface vehicles on sale, a couple of boats, a couple of cars. Also, we don't have a ton of it here, but we've got the Spectrum S1500 charger, which is our 500 watt smart charger.
That's this guy
That thing, here. I've been using the heck out of it because I can charge my 6S batteries at almost 20 amps. I can hammer them, get them done 6S 5000s in like 20 minutes. And so it's a great, great charger. It has all the functions of our smart chargers. And so, of course, this is a smart charger, but can be used with regular batteries.
Right.
You do not have to use smart batteries with it. If you do use a smart battery, it's nice. You just plug in the main connector and boom, it's got individual cell data. It'll track how many cycles you've got. You can also program the self-discharge for the smart batteries as well. It's just a great, phenomenal charger. It's small and very, very powerful. So I like that charger.
Absolutely. And I also want to mention, guys, that Spectrum also offers a power supply on sale right now as well. So that is kind of the idea behind this, is that if you're looking to get one of the highest charging capable chargers that we currently offer in the Spectrum lineup, we have a power supply available on sale as well that you can pair with this to get that.
Yep, so we got a couple of those on sale. I think there's a Spectrum car transmitter on sale as well. So you guys be sure to check out the sale page on the HorizonHobby.com website. You click through to the specials, you can click on the banner that shows Spring Madness, and that'll show you all the items that are in the sale. I think it's well over 30 items total, including some of the surface vehicles that are in there. And again, all of these items are available at your favorite local hobby shop. If they got it in stock, you can use the coupon that you can download from our website, or they'll also have coupons at the store for you. You can also order it from your favorite online retailer using their promo code, or on HorizonHobby.com. You got to add the items to the cart. When you go to the website, you're going to see the regular price. Don't be alarmed by that. I know some guys accuse us. They say, hey, you guys raised the price just to discount it by what you have on the sale. That's not true. It's the same prices these have been for many, many months, or almost since they've all come out. And now when you add it to cart, you add in that coupon code, then you see that 10% discount. Right. Yes. So it's important that you do it that way. And again, if you go to a store, they'll use the coupon for you. They'll take that and accept that for you. So again, while supplies last, or until April 6th.
Absolutely. Yeah. So guys, we are answering some questions here. We are getting towards the end of the show. If you have anything specific that you'd like to know that's going on in the sale, or if you have any product-specific questions, go ahead and ask them now. We will do our best to answer them for you guys. I do want to point out that Dennis Farley had wanted to know if that Timber X was going to make it to the scratch and dent sale since you knocked it over.
No, that's mine.
No, it's yours? Well, I mean,
like, I think it's fine.
Like you were just talking about how you keep your own products so nice when you bring them in, even if they're years and years old, and you're just letting it fall over.
Well, also, one of the benefits of a lot of our aircraft is that they're EPO. And you know, EPO, even though this fell against a wall there, it didn't damage anything. Oh, and the nice thing is, it's got metal geared servos. So it didn't even strip the servo.
That's fantastic.
Gotta love that. Yeah,
that is fantastic.
My bad. You were right. You said I was gonna knock it down. I said there's no way in heck.
You know, I will say that this one didn't fall down. And I think I put it up there, didn't I? I put it up there.
Actually, I put it up there.
Did you? Okay.
Well, whatever.
That one didn't fall over.
So no, that one will not be in the scratch and dent. That's going to go back home with me, and I'm going to fly it all spring and all summer long. The Timber X is one of my all-time favorite airplanes. So when I go to the flying field, there's a few airplanes that always go with me. Nowadays, it includes the Apprentice. I love flying this thing. It's like my warm-up airplane. And then if I have friends that are with me that want to learn how to fly, I use this, of course. I've got the EC-1500 always with me because this thing is so versatile, so much fun to fly, such a crowd pleaser. Timber X, absolutely love that airplane. Always have that with me. Also, almost always have my F4. Right. So the F4 it sounds good. It looks good. So these are almost like my personal favorites. A lot of what's here on the table.
I think airplane, aviation, all of it's good in general, but we do have some of the heavier hitter models in the promo today.
Exactly. So hope you guys check out the page. Make sure to support your local hobby shop. Again, if they have these items in sale, they are in stock to also have them on sale using the coupon. And then if not, again, you can get them on the website as well. And while supplies last, I want to stress that we do sometimes with these sales run out of these items. Right. This is the lowest price of the season. Absolutely. So just to recap, everything here on this table is 10% off. To guarantee or see the exact prices, again, check them out on the website. Go to your local hobby shop. Please like, subscribe, share this video out. We'd like to reach as many people as possible with this information, and we appreciate you guys being here. Please do. Thank you. Thank you.